Communication is classified as highly confidential. Circulation strictly limited to beings of celestial origins. Subject: urgent inquiry regarding discrepancy in curse records. Date: 7th of January 2025. From Gray the Compassionate, Associate Cherub, Curse and Malediction Archives, Worldly Index, Sacred Data Systems, Halotech Data and Integration Hub. 2. Fate Adjustment Bureau, All Angels. CC, Mortal Affairs Commission, All Angels. Dear and most respectable angels of the Fate Adjustment Bureau, I hope this message finds you in cherubic spirits. I am reaching out to address a most pressing matter in the Curse and Malediction Archives. During a recent database upgrade, I discovered that the curse record CID 101-083-4556 had been deleted without the approval of my superior, the Divine Data Officer. While I can retrieve some of the data from backups, attempting to open the full report, including the related document DTH 9000719, results in an unauthorized access error, even though I have the necessary permissions. And there is more. On several occasions, the cursed mortal ID M9392748565670483343 appears to have crossed into our domain, yet there is no record of their arrival on the other side. It is most perplexing that this soul has experienced death 3 times. 3 times! Further investigation led me to conclude that this is the work of an exceptionally strong curse, festering on years of unanswered prayers from another mortal. It's unfortunate that the Prayer Response and Fulfillment Division was too occupied to respond, and thus the curse spawned many tragedies. A quick examination reveals that a throng of mortals involved are already dead, and the curse, which should be dormant according to our sacred systems, is still very much active. It tickles my curiosity. I would be delighted to volunteer my services in any plans to tackle this curse. I always had a fondness for Constantiniye, or Istanbul as it's called these days, a pity if you ask me, as I favour the old name. And I'm particularly enthralled by enigmatic curses. As much as the audacity of advising my superiors crushes me, I am obliged to remind you that if this matter falls onto the radar of the archangels, or, heavens forbid, they whom should not be concerned, the consequences may be drastic. So we must act, dear comrade superiors. Your prompt attentions to this matter will be greatly appreciated. Yours divinely, Gray the Compassionate, Doctorate of Angelic Scholarship, Ons, thrice longlisted for the Heavenly Achievement Prize. It may not be evident to the untrained eye, but death is ever present, woven through our world like the wind, rain, or storm. Those blessed with the pure eye understand that death is not a lone entity, but a legion, its acolytes walking amongst us to fulfill their duties. These emissaries may occasionally falter, their missteps, though trivial to them, bearing dire consequences for mortals. What is a human life to the hidden, if not too numerous and dispensable to be accounted for with meticulous care? Excerpt from The Book of Heartbreak, Münecimbaşı Sufi Çelebi's Journals of Mystical Phenomena. My life turns upside down on a Tuesday evening in June. I get home from school as usual, eager to shut out the world behind the front door. But the minute I see our neighbour Fiona tucked into the hallway, I know something is wrong. The evening is too balmy for shivering, the hour too late for visitors. Not that we usually have any. It's just Mum and me, if you don't count the succession of men who make fleeting appearances at random hours. Mum's regrettable taste in the other sex must be beginning to drag down the property values in our morbidly expensive street. Sare. Fiona looks everywhere but into my eyes, balancing her toddler Dottie on her hip. Darling. At the word darling, my hands go clammy. Mum's friends mostly ignore her asocial, weird 17-year-old daughter. But now Fiona extends her arm towards me, her shirt buttons askew, her hair a mess. I recoil from the touch. Whatever has caused her to wash up here wearing slippers and no makeup is bad news, and I want none of it. What's going on? I shrug off my backpack. Will you come inside for a minute? Where's Mum? I'm determined to pinpoint my mother's whereabouts before delving into whatever trouble has transpired. If I can predict what's wrong, perhaps things won't be as catastrophic. Is she home? Now looming at the threshold of the reception room, Fiona shakes her head. I go still, my gold pendant heavy around my neck, any remaining hope I had melting like ice cream in my hand. Grubby toddler fingers tug at Fiona's hair, but she doesn't flinch. Shit, I think, as my feet follow them inside the room. Shit, shit, shit. The thud of my footsteps sound hollow, as if I'm made of fear and not flesh. Something must have happened. I begin to plot tolerable scenarios that wouldn't be the worst. Perhaps Mum's in hospital, unwell but unharmed. Or she could have driven to Ferret's place again, the ex she can't forget. Has she made a scene at his? Perhaps the police have arrested her. Inside, Dottie starts to cry as soon as Fiona sinks onto the worn-out sofa. Please, sit. Why? Please, she repeats. Her gaze still evades me. She doesn't want to be here. I realize. She doesn't want to deliver this speech or meet my eyes. I feel a twinge of pity for her, that she has to bear whatever turbulence my mother has caused. My heart flutters inside my ribs like a caged bird. The fluttering is a gentle prelude before a burning pain that mustn't come. A warning that I can't think about others. I have to focus on myself. She isn't here, but Munu's words chime in my ears as I sink onto the sofa, perching on its edge. You have a responsibility to protect yourself. You must care about yourself and no one else. If only it were that easy. Fiona sets Dottie on the floor before easing herself beside me. The toddler immediately uses the edge of the coffee table to pull herself upright. 3 empty wine bottles wobble in front of her, the dappled reflection of the Japanese maple in the front garden imprinted on their necks.